Hi, it's Bob Costas. First of all, I realized the lighting here looks a little weird. It's 2 o'clock in the morning as I record this. As I get older, I seem to be keeping odder and odder hours. In any case, Kirkpatrick and Dave Gorin asked me to say a few words, and it better be just a few, because you have a couple of heavy hitters waiting on deck. So let's get this first part out of the way. There you all are in Winston-Salem, heart of ACC country, very likely divided loyalties in the audience, but in Curry's case, it only runs one way. He's a proud North Carolina alum, and that's fine. But he doesn't just revel in Tar Heel success. He derives as much and perversely perhaps more happiness from a Duke defeat. And so this year was the absolute epitome for Mr. Kirkpatrick. Because not only did North Carolina defeat Duke at Cameron, spoiling Coach K's final home game, but as fate would have it, they both made the Final Four. They met in the semifinal, and then North Carolina defeated Duke, and that became the final chapter of Coach K's coaching career as the Blue Devils were eliminated. This pleased Curry so much that it almost didn't matter that in the final, North Carolina lost to Kansas. Some of us may view this level of vitriol and hatred as a character flaw, but Curry considers it to be a defining virtue. There is no debating the virtue of Curry Kirkpatrick's work. Back in the day, Sports Illustrated is still very good today. It doesn't hold the same place as it once did, but with writers like Tom Verducci, there's always quality. But back in the day, Sports Illustrated was the sports publication. It was the Bible. It had the best writers. It had the best photography. It was the most credible. And you couldn't wait for your subscription to arrive or to run out to the newsstand to see what Roy Blunt Jr. had written, or Frank DeFord, or Dan Jenkins, or Bill Nack, or Rick Riley, or Mark Cram. And part of that all-star roster, a very important part, was Curry Kirkpatrick. Our Kirkpatrick piece profiling of Pete Maravich, or George H.W. Bush, Bush 41, or Bjorn Borg, any piece that Curry Kirkpatrick wrote was filled with literary touches, great turns of phrase, some witty asides. He could be sardonic, but at the heart of it was humanity and heart and a sense of embracing his subjects and making you, the reader, understand them better. And then there were his books. The one about Valvano, entitled, They Gave Me a Lifetime Contract and Then They Declared Me Dead. Or Vital, just your average, bald, one-eyed basketball wacko who beat the Ziggy and became a PTPer. With a body of work like that, the only question about Curry Kirkpatrick entering the Hall of Fame is what took us so long. And now I've gone on too long. So, congrats to Curry. And now I happily introduce my esteemed colleagues and friends, the wonderful Lesley Visser and the one and only Charles Barkley.
Well, you can't come all the way here, and we have to have a few minutes with Sir Charles, don't you think? So I thought, come on over here, my pal. I need you for this part. This is with Ernie Johnson's permission. I thought that we could, say no more, right? I thought that we could take a segment from inside the NBA, and you all have seen all the bits that they do. So I thought tonight we could do Curry Kirkpatrick, who he play for. Okay, Charles, your good friend Curry Kirkpatrick, I'll start with an easy one. Where was he born?
Oh, shit.
Okay. The Arch.
Oh, St. Louis.
St. Louis, excellent, excellent. Okay, Curry, everyone knows that Curry has a distaste for Duke.
Yes.
Is it true or false that Curry almost went to Duke?
No. He didn't have the grades to go there.
True, his father drove him there, and the only reason he went to Carolina, maybe not the only reason, was because they had a journalism program. Yes, maybe he'll refute that when he gets up here. Okay, final, Kirkpatrick, who he play for. It starts with a prelude question.
Okay.
Who is Marlon Perkins?
Oh, that's the wildlife guy, right?
Yes, that's excellent. Wildlife, he did Mutual of Omaha, remember?
Yes,
Animal
yeah.
Kingdom.
Okay.
And what does he have to do with Kirkpatrick?
They had to go to school or something together.
Try another one.
Curry went hunting with him or something?
It was Curry's uncle.
Oh, okay.
That's right, and Curry wrote a story, maybe some of you read it, an early story in Sports Illustrated, where he went and ran off with the circus because he had all the training from his Uncle Marlon. This will make it on Inside the NBA, don't you think?
Yes.
But we are here to honor, do you want to talk about Curry first, and I'll finish?
Well, first, I got to acknowledge a couple people here. Jackie, Bob, Scott, guys who I know very well through my life. But I got to acknowledge the Godfather. You know, I'm so lucky and blessed, we all are, you know, to work with Ernie. But Ernie has a great saying. He says, I got a get-to job. And we like, what the hell does that mean? He says, we get to do this. I want to acknowledge, these my people right here. I miss Stewart. He's one of the best people I ever met in my life. He was the best. But Ernie always talk about get to. We have, and I don't forget his wife, Cheryl Ann, because she's running things, my whole TNT family. Thank y'all for everything. But we get to do this. I was sitting around my house last night, and I was watching the Colorado Avalanche celebrate. And the joy, if you get to watch the joy on their face last night, you're like, we get to do this for a living. We get to watch the best players, best women, men, people in the world go to the Olympics. We get to do this for a living. We're the luckiest people in the world. So I want to congratulate everybody who's here tonight. And now, Curry, you know, Bob said it, man. Sports Illustrated is like the Bible. I mean, it's not quite yet. I know. Hey, and I'm sitting next to Jane Kennedy. Hey, thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. But Sports Illustrated is the Bible for every person who's ever played a sport. If you get mentioned in Sports Illustrated, you have actually made it. And the first time I met Curry, I was like, damn, I'm somebody now. It was so exciting. It was so cool. And, you know, people said, why are you going down there tonight? And I says, number one, he's Curry. And I said, you know what? Everybody talks about what a great writer, great journalist, all the books and all that other stuff. I said, I'm here for one reason. He's a nice man. And Curry, congratulations.
It is.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah, it's everything that Charles alluded to. Matter of fact, Jackie and Bob, we were talking about how we all went out to our mailbox every Thursday to get Sports Illustrated. And I think of Curry, he brought something to Sports Illustrated. It was great of Jeff to acknowledge him, that he brought, they always had those wonderful lyrical writers, but Curry brought pop and wow. Curry really brought wow so that you knew it was sparkling. I remember when he did a story on Marquette when it wasn't just sophomore Bo Ellis. He knew all about why the shirts were hanging outside their uniforms. He went and talked to the manufacturer. Remember Bob at the Final Four in 1980 when Wiley Brown's thumb, he lost it in the pregame meal. Well, Wiley Brown was playing for Louisville, the Doctors of Dunk, and only Curry went and talked to the guy who ran the dumpster part of the cafeteria to find out where Wiley Brown's thumb was. So he's just been a role model for all of us, and there are so many giants in this room tonight. But Curry, come join us. It's just a privilege to give you this honor.
Ooh, Lord.